Joe pushes a 10-kilogram block. It slides across the floor at constant velocity of 3 meters per second. See those words, constant velocity. What does that mean? Acceleration is 0. That means whatever push, it's got to be equal to whatever friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction between the box and the floor is 0.5. How much work? Work equals force, displacement, cosine of the angle. What is the force that he has to apply? If you don't know straight away, free body diagram. Joe pushes. That's the force that we're talking about. Friction is acting against him. Normal force, mg straight down. So I need to know what that value for the push is, because I'm going to plug that in for the force. Joe does the push work. Force of the push is in the x direction where there is 0 velocity, or 0 acceleration. Force of the push minus friction equals 0. So the force of the push equals friction. What's friction? Friction, if you remember, is mu times the normal force. What's the normal force? Normal force in this case is mg, since there are no other upwards or downwards forces, and there's no acceleration. So, force of the push equals mu mg. Mu is 0.5, mass is 10, gravity is 10, so the force of the push is 100 times 0.5, 50 newtons. Now we can go back and solve for the work done. Work is F displacement cosine of the angle. The force of the push, that's what Joe does, is 50 newtons. The displacement from the problem is 15 meters. Cosine of the angle between the push and the displacement, 0. 750 joules. So start with the work formula. Go there as fast as you can. See if you can get to the answer. As soon as you realize you don't know something, you got to go find it. And that's the same process here. How do we find forces? Free body diagrams, F equals ma. How do we find friction? Mu normal force. How do we find normal force? F equals ma in the y direction, mg. As soon as we get to here, now we can solve and go back to work just to get our final answer. It's a process, and it's only learned through repetition, through practice. You have to try and do these as